using this situation for gifts. I'm not about the gifts on this app. I never have been. I've got a full-time job. Couldn't care about the gifts. Well, first of all, I've been attacked non-stop tonight. I've been attacked non-stop by people sending me messages, slating me. After I put that video up, I've had non-stop messages, people attacking me, slating me, just because I've got an opinion. Well, it was okay earlier today, wasn't it, for a live to be fired up, where people had an opinion on Darren and Katie and was slating them. But, guys, I that live went on for 3 hours this morning. Someone shared it to me about 9 o'clock this morning, and it was on for 3 hours, and they had live gifts on. So, they're no better. If they're slating someone for using, a platform, about a young girl that's sick for gifts, they're doing just the same. I've been in direct communication with Katie and Darren, and I just want to say, guys, if you had seen what I've seen today, you would be shocked. You'd be absolutely shocked if you'd seen some of the stuff that I've seen. None of this stuff I can share on here. Sadly, if I could, it would blow it all out of the water, and you'd be absolutely shocked. Put it that way, guys, you'd be absolutely shocked. But I cannot share any evidence, anything I've seen with my own eyes on here tonight. But I just want to say, Darren has had custody of Isla for the past 8 years. He's brought that child up. And, people saying he's using her for his own financial gain. I can understand where people are coming from if you've got that opinion and what you see on TikTok. But you've got to look at the bigger picture, guys, and look at what's going on behind the scenes. And, he's raising awareness on her condition. But also, guys, think of it this way. If you're full-time caring for your daughter that is sick, you cannot go to work. You cannot commit yourself to a full-time job. You're not only supporting, when you're gifting him on his platform, you're not only supporting Isla, but you're supporting him as a person as well. So people don't see it like that. You're supporting Darren as well as her. And if people want a gift, that's down to them. And, people generally might like Darren as a person, might find him funny, might find him entertaining. So if he's got a platform that he's built off the back of raising awareness of his daughter, is he not entitled to, is he not allowed to go on TikTok, to unwind, to have a laugh, to have a joke, to do battles, like everyone else does on this app? TikTok is all about, a platform where gifting is on. So, is he not allowed to have downtime? Is he not allowed to, clear his head, come onto TikTok, as a distraction? I'm a father myself. I've got 2 young children, and I cannot imagine what he must have gone through over the years and what he's going through. But it seems like if anyone does well on this app, people who use something and twist things, use screen recordings, see what goes online. People are saying child exploitation. You can look at it both ways, but I've tried to put myself in his shoes as well. And I'm a person that always wants to fix things. And if I can't fix something, you imagine this, you've got a sick child that you can't do, it's out of your hands. There's nothing you can do. There is literally nothing you can do. So what can you do? TikTok might be a place where he comes, to feel like he's actually doing something. So this is just my opinion, guys, and my platform has always been an open platform, and people are welcome to, have their opinion. But this is just my opinion. But, would you put your child in front of a camera? Gary, I cannot say either way, because I'm not in that position. None of you, people deal with things in different ways. I'm not in that position. But, I personally, I might not. Depends on my child's condition, or depends on the circumstances. But no one is in that position. Or if you are, you might not choose to, because that's the way you see things. But everyone deals with things in different ways. Everyone deals with things differently. To say one person saying, I'd never put my child on camera, I wouldn't want to raise awareness on her condition. You know, that's you personally. Everyone is different. No one is the same. Everyone's got different opinions. But it's okay this morning, isn't it, you know, to go with one narrative where everyone's slating Darren for, you know, using his daughter for financial gain. But like I said a minute ago, guys, are people not allowed to support him personally as well? Is he not going through a bad time? You know, he's had to watch his daughter deteriorate and disappear in front of his own eyes. How do you think that makes him feel? And then he comes on TikTok where it's probably a distraction, where he can talk to people, have a bit of a laugh. And, you know, people made a comment earlier today that he's online laughing and joking. You know, what's he meant to do? Is he meant to come on TikTok every single day crying in front of people because his daughter's dying? You know, guys, people have got to try and get through somehow and, you know, deal with their own mental health and deal with their own things. So this is the bit I don't get, guys. You know, some people are quick to judge, but they don't sit back, analyse and look at how they would deal with that situation and how they would be. Guys, I'm going to open up boxes in a little bit because I want to hear from other people. And, you know, you're welcome to come in. You know, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, you're welcome to have your opinion because that's what this platform's always been about. But I just wanted to come on here, guys, because it seems like I didn't want to ever do a live on this. I've seen a lot going on and I didn't even want to report on it because it's not my thing. It's not my thing to get... I don't like to discuss, you know, children and things like that on this app. But after seeing that live this morning, I'm sorry, it just rolled me up because I'm looking at it from the other perspective. Oh dear, Rossy, you've come on to... Hang on. Oh dear, Rossy, you've come on to defend those two after they financially put a kid... See, this is what the people are just run with one narrative and they don't look at the bigger picture. You know, people are not allowed to support Darren personally. You know what I mean? You know, he's not working because he's been looking after his daughter. And, you know, how do you think he feels? You know, he's been caring for her for the last 8 years. Pretty much brought her up. He said the money was for Isla, not him. Come on, Rossy, open your eyes. Right, guys, boxes are open. If you want to request a box, you can come in if you want. But, guys, I'll just say one thing. It will all come out eventually, and when you see what I've seen today, yeah, put it that way, you'll be shocked. You'll be very, very shocked. Do you have the mother's perspective? Put it this way, guys. Put it this way. I don't need the mother's perspective. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. That's all I'm going to say. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I've seen enough evidence to have my own perspective on that side of things. So anyway, guys, boxes are open if you want to come in. And I know I'm going to get attacked. I've been attacked all day long. I've been attacked all day long since I've done that video. But you know, this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. You're entitled to have your opinion. I can't even show none of it. I've already explained that. I cannot even show any of what I've seen today. Can we have a recap, please? Oh, I can't start again. Hang on. CJ. Rossy, just like I said in the other live, receipts are crucial for stuff like this. Yeah, exactly, CJ. But they had no receipts in the other live. It was just, you know, pointing you into, you know, other people's platforms where they've put up videos or screen recordings of Katie and Darren online. Katie and Darren will soon come with receipts. Yep, exactly. They will come with receipts, guys, but there's things going on in the background. The other live was horrendous. There's things and I ain't going to drag my live on for 3 hours with gifts on. Put it that way, guys. My live is not going to be dragged on for 3 hours with gifts on talking about a child. And they kept using the word scammer. Well, that's the wrong word to use. I mean, you may want to use the words, you know, you think they're manipulating people, but scammer, you know, they're not lying about the story, so they're not scamming people on the story. But this is the thing, guys. If you've got a backstory on this app, that you come on and start off with a backstory, you know, raising awareness about your daughter, for example, and then you go on to just like enjoy TikTok, and you want to do battles, or you're called out for it. You know, you can't. This whole platform is about gifting. Exactly, there is no scam. The child is ill. And do you know what, guys? I thought about this earlier today. And Darren would probably agree. You know, this is quite a big distraction for him, I think, TikTok. But I think he'd rather have his daughter well running around than any gifts on this app. He'd much rather have his daughter well, healthy, than any of this. And to any rumours going around that social services took Isla away are false. Social services did not take Isla away. Right, let's get people in the boxes. Sorry, guys.
Hi, Rossy.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, I just want to say, right, you say they're not scammers, yeah? All
Yeah,
right.
go on.
Most of the people in this chat, apart from the Isla's army,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
they manipulated people. They said that money was for that little girl, and as far as it goes, where's the extension? Where's the receipts?
Right, I can't go too much. I've seen evidence on that today, and I can't go too much into it, but I have seen the evidence of the extension, but it wasn't possible, put it that way. But yeah, I can't discuss any more on that. This is the difficult thing tonight. I've seen so much today that people are just going to have to wait for it to actually come out.
That's it. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, and
Yeah.
I appreciate you letting me come on mine. I just think it's wrong that that little girl, Rossy, right? She can't give consent to even being in front of the camera. Do you know what I mean? If this was any other parent, though, if this was any other parent, me, you, people in the chat, people would be straight on that. That little girl can't give consent. So the question is, has she ever been shoved in front of the camera, isn't it?
That's been the case from day one, though, isn't it? And you know, it was all right back then, but you know, it seems to have come to a head now. It
hasn't been all right back then. It's never been okay that they.
Well, it didn't blow up a big. But you could say that about any child in the app. I mean, you look like. You know, the other children on this app that people are raising awareness on sick children. You could say it about every single person.
Oh, absolutely. There's others on this app, just as bad as them. But
like I said earlier,
they've clearly been exposed. They've clearly been exploited, and they're trying to find a way out of it. But that's my opinion. I'm dropping down. Thank you for letting me in.
That's right. I totally get where you come from as well.
Yeah, no worries. Can you drop me down, Rossy?
Yeah, I think I can remember how to do it. There you go. Right, guys, if anyone else wants to request and come up, you're more than welcome. Let me just get everyone in the boxes, and then you can take. Right.
Hi, Rossy.
Hello, you all right?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I witnessed that live this morning and my blood was boiling. I'm actually friends with Katie and Darren off the app.
Okay.
And I do speak to them away from the app as well. And like yourself, I do know a lot of things, but obviously because of different aspects, I'm not going into their personal details either. But people need to realise that Isla, when Darren and Katie first came to the app, and Isla we found out about them, and obviously Isla was still able to talk and walk, and she loved it. She loved TikTok so much. She loved the interaction. She loved, obviously, when getting all the people in to sing when they were princesses, and obviously, unfortunately, they got that awful diagnosis, and their world obviously changed dramatically. And the thing is, just because people see stuff on the FYP, there's no evidence. It's all hearsay. Like this morning, when the lady was challenged, oh, I've seen it on the FYP, oh, it's this, it's that. But it's not true. And the thing is, I don't go live, I'm quite private, and I don't publicise my friendship with them because that's private. But all I'm going to say is, I can't wait for the people that have judged them to backtrack with their apologies when everything comes to light.
Yeah.
Because it will.
Yeah, I was sent a certain video today, and I'll just put it this way: I was shocked at. It's hard because I can't say too much, but if only I could, everyone in this chat that is now currently slating, you'd be leaving the room with your heads held down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and for everyone that said Isla was taken away because of social services, that is rubbish.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Utter rubbish. So that is, again, hearsay from FP trolls.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just trolling, innit? Like, people don't know what's actually going on. They watch FYP and they believe everything they watch. And it's just a joke. Don't you think the family are going through enough?
Absolutely. I agree. Because me and Brandon's mum, we both got deceased children. And we've had trolls do terrible things over our deceased kids. Nobody knows anything at all about us other than what you put on this social media platform. And as for Darren and Casey, when you're under the supervision of the family courts, unfortunately, your hands are tied. There's very little they can say. And people need to respect that and understand that. There's the mother's side, the father's side, and somewhere in the middle lays the truth. And you know what? There is always that thing that you can go, not interested, and scroll up. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to get to them. Simple as.
Yeah, I've said this all along. If that's what people believe, that they're out just for their own financial gain, or that they're manipulating people, then don't gift them, block them, and don't watch them.
Absolutely.
It's the thing.
The thing is, there's that many apps that go out with the fact of people showing there's things about cancer, about a number of things. Nobody ever trolls them. Nobody ever has a go at them.
Yeah. My only worry is going forward that people will be so frightened and so scared to raise awareness on conditions or sick children. And it's helped a lot of people, and there's other parents out there going through the same thing, and sometimes coming on here and seeing these things makes them realise they're not alone. Do you know what I mean? But people in the end are going to be frightened to actually even do it.
Yeah, this app has got very toxic.
Absolutely.
I get on with Darren and Katie, and I think what they're doing is amazing for that little girl. But not only for the fact of for the people that support them and are friends with them. A lot of us are getting trolled as well. A lot of us are getting over the fact, which is wrong, is so wrong. They don't like it. Swipe. They don't want to get involved with watching them or gifting them. Swipe up.
But the thing, people can't get around their heads, and I keep looking at it today, and I was thinking about it today, that, people are supporting them because of Isla, but can people not support Darren as well? I mean, his mental health and, how he must be suffering, with what's going on and, not being able to work. Can people not support him as well? This is what I don't get. People surely are allowed to support him personally as well.
Exactly.
Because they're a family. At the end of the day, if you're supporting Isla, they're a family. They're all in it together. This is what I don't get.
Exactly.
And people think that, because they're gifting, it's literally that every penny has literally just got to go to her. But they're a family. It's that they're caring for her. So this is what I don't get. And the guys, they are allowed to go out. They are allowed to enjoy themselves. They are allowed to have holidays for their own sake and for their own mental health. They've got to try and live a normal life as best they can. People seem to expect them to come on live crying and being sad all the time. You can't be like that. And I've always been the way I deal with things is I laugh things off. And, that's just my way of dealing with things. If I'm going through a tough time, I will laugh it off. It could be a horrible situation, but I'll get through it that way. And everyone deals with things in different ways, and people just, go with one narrative, and that's the trouble.
Nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors. And at the end of the day, give them a full day of walking in Darren's shoes.
I was just going to say, you took the words out of my mouth. Walk a mile in their shoes and then come and talk about it.
Yeah. The way that family is getting treated, the way they're getting trolled, the way people that are supporting them are getting trolled. It's absolutely disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Get on with your own, lads. Leave them to do theirs. Leave the family alone.
Yeah, if you're not interested in supporting them or watching them, block their account. You won't see them come up on your FYP or whatever.
Exactly.
And like someone just said, no one's forcing people to gift them or support them.
Exactly. Because me and Lol supported one of the big creators. We got trolled, and someone put a video up of my dead son who died when he was 18. They put a video up of his head chopped off, and they thought that was all right because I supported one. Because I was friends with one of the big creators. They're sick. People are sick on this app.
Yeah, same with me. I had my house threatened to be put online because I was friends with a big creator. Yeah. Me and Brandon's mum went through a lot of trolling. And you know what it is? And I've always maintained it. Sorry for interrupting you, Brandon's mum. You can't educate stupid, Rossy. And until you find yourself in a similar situation, it's hearsay and there for the grace of God go I. Nobody knows how any of us would react. Yeah. My girl had cancer when she was very young. She didn't pass away from that. She died through medical negligence. But if I'd have had social media, I'd have put it out there and let people know that kids get cancer and this is what happens to them. And I've got a page now because I've got a page against medical negligence. Negligence, sorry. But I don't know.
Put your teeth in, Lol.
Put my teeth in. Get nails. But I don't have any gifts or anything. But that's my personal opinion. But if anyone wants to gift anyone, that's up to them.
I know.
You're not forced to.
That's what TikTok's about.
Sorry, someone's just said they should put the evidence out there to stop all this trolling.
They will when they can.
They will, but they can't. There's things going on behind the scenes, guys. That they can't do that because it would jeopardise things. This is.
I agree with what you said this morning, Rossy. I sat and watched that live, and I thought it was absolutely disgusting. Yeah. What they were doing, what they were saying, and you went up there, and what you you were right in what you said. And I agree to a point with Darren and his partner. I don't believe that she's Isla's mum, is she?
No.
So whatever's gone on in the family courts has gone on in the family courts. That's for them, off the app or on the app, however they decide. I know Isla's mum isn't on the app, is she? So, he probably won't bring it to the app, because it's between them. But I do find it strange how people will gift and then sort of be angry after they've gifted. You knew what the money was for. They've done a majority of the stuff of what they could. Now, whether it's true that Isla is at end of life or not, I don't think any father would go as far as that, including on an international app or a worldwide app that doctors, nurses, his doctors and nurses that are looking after Isla are going to be following. Do you know what I mean? There'll be people on there that will follow their story because they look after the little girl, when she goes to hospital and stuff like that. So I can't see them putting anything that's untoward towards the hospital or anything like that on their app unless there is medical negligence. And, I just think that there's a lot of jealous people out there, because when creators start getting, a little bit, a little bit bigger, and they're starting to earn nice money from off the app. And I've seen it widespread. It's not just them, you get trolls, you get haters, and then you'll get people that are trying to get, something on you and stuff like that. Now, I don't care who's on this app, just as long as they're not DV, SA, child A, T or M's, I don't care. We've all got history, we've all got past, and we've all done stuff that we might not be, we've all got past, we've all got skeletons in our closets and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, we're not all, squeaky clean and stuff like that. And I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that, people would do such things to try and bring somebody down when, you know, they probably use this app as a safe space as well. Because what you've got to remember is they've got a little girl in a bed that cannot do very much. So they're at home a majority of the time. You know, they want to connect with outside people, you know, to keep their mental health going, to keep their...
Well said.
You know, to keep their emotions, you know, feeling positive, to get, obviously, support, to get their story out. Now, you know, a lot of, Darren's supporters and that already knew Isla's story. So why is he going to go on every day and, you know, speak about Isla's story? You know, he updates when there's, you know, when there was stuff to update and that, and he's had great support. And I just think that the people that are, you know, putting this out in the way that they're putting out, they should hang their heads in shame, and they should just feel some kind of, you know, disgrace. And I hope that when, you know, everything does come out, you know, I hope there's an apology to them and they feel remorseful.
Do these so-called, you know, all these trolls, do they get up in the morning? Did their alarm go off in the morning at 8 o'clock and they think, right then, let's see who can we troll today because we've got no better to do?
Well, I literally think that, like, what kind of lives do they live? Like,
do they stand there making a cup of coffee in the morning thinking, I know, I'll troll.
I just want to reply to somebody in the comments.
I do feel sorry for these people. Like, they must have so much hate in their life.
I think they're just trying to make money off it myself.
I get called a troll. I get called a troll in here all the time because I call certain people out. I get called a troll. This a certain person, Pietro, always calls me a troll because I call him out. But just like you say about people growing on this account, you know, people get jealous. This is my third account now on TikTok. I had 22,000 followers on my first account, 11,000 followers on my second account. They're all gone. They've all been permanently banned because I come on here and you know, speak the truth.
Get an agency.
Somebody's just put in the comments, we're not a troll, it's an opinion. Well, I have loads of opinions, but you know what? If I don't agree with opinions, I just ignore them and scroll on by.
There was a comment.
I don't go into the comments and troll them and, oh, I'll do a post on this, I'll do a post on that. I did a post about Darren and Katie. And the amount of trolling that I received from that and the inboxes, I couldn't give a flying F. Because you know what? You mean nothing to me. Any of the stupid comments and the trolls, you mean nothing to me. You don't affect my life. You don't live in my house. Piss off.
You don't pay my bills.
Yeah, exactly. We're the same.
Yeah.
You
know what I mean? Grow up. You're supposed to be adults.
Someone put in the chat. Can I just interrupt?
Yes, with Dad. She's with all the
hang on a minute. Go on offensive.
Someone's just put in the chat. Do you know that? Let me go back on it. That they've just said that the child has not been with Darren or Katie for the last year. Well, that's absolute rubbish.
That's rubbish. Absolutely.
Because we've sat in lives just recently with them, you know, with their daughter, you know, with the child. So
that's about,
you know. So and look.
No, can I just want to say to any moderators, do not mute any comments. Let them say what they want to say.
Yeah, with one of the comments as well, they said, oh, they sit there begging. You don't see, you know, the mum sitting like begging for financial gain. Well, let me just say this, you know, like I said before, that they had a TikTok shop. They've come off the TikTok shop because they haven't got the time to be, you know, doing all the listings and stuff like that. From what I gather, what I believe, and at the end of the day, you know, they're earning money, and whether you don't know whether Darren has given Isla's mum a certain proportion of this money. No one knows anything, so everyone is just speculating, you know. And I think it's atrocious. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for Isla's mum, her nan. You know, I feel sorry for Darren and Katie because, you know, they're in this triangle at the moment, and you know, there's a sick little girl, you know, that's involved, and I just feel sorry for them. And nobody should be putting this kind of stuff on this app, you know, for them to feel even lower than what they already feel.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day as well, what Darren and Katie do with Isla is nobody else's business on this app. Yes, it's a mum's business, but it's nobody else's business what they're doing. I don't get involved with what my neighbours are doing.
Yeah.
All they're doing is just sticking the nose in other people's business. That's all you're doing. You're just sticking your big noses in other people's business over matters things that don't concern you, honestly. And half of them won't come up and knock on your door and say it to your face. I'd love them to come up and knock on mine. I'll give you my address right now.
And also, and
no, I'm not affected.
Even if Isla was living with Darren and Katie to start with, okay, you don't know what reasons were behind it that the mum, handed Isla over to them for her to live.
Well, I do, and let's put it this way: she wasn't handed over.
No, she wasn't.
That's all I'm going to say. She wasn't handed over.
They all just need to get on with their own lives and let them get on with theirs. They've got enough to cope with as it is. They've got enough on their plates. Whatever people do on TikTok, that's why it's called TikTok. A lot of people have all charities, all sorts of things going on in here. Let them get on with it. That's what TikTok's about.
We got Lioness Sniper.
Trace, what have they done with the money? Well, then you'll find out soon enough, won't you, when it all comes out in the wash, as they say?
It doesn't matter what they've done with the money. The money's been gifted.
Nothing to do with anybody else, what they've done with the money. It's not your business.
What about them being coped up on live?
Yeah, but this is what I think saying, and people don't understand that they've got to try and live a normal life.
Where's the proof of them being coped up on live?
I can tell a cokehead a mile away.
Okay.
I know plenty of them.
Okay.
I've never
That just shows the sort of circles that you sit in then, don't it?
I just want to say I've got proof of someone else.
I've sat with loads of cokeheads. I haven't got a problem with them. But when they're spending the money that's gifted on coke, yeah, I have got a problem.
Yeah, well, they're not cokeheads, so don't believe everything you see on the FYP.
It's nothing to do with seeing everything on the FYP. It's seeing them on live. Like I just said, I've got loads of friends that are cokeheads. I haven't got a problem with them, but when the money is gifted to them, yeah, I have got a problem. It should be going on that child. And I've got a child, let
Judy speak. Let Judy have a say.
That's going on it.
Hang on, let Judy finish. Let Judy go on, have you say.
I've got a child that's got a life-threatening condition, and I've got loads of friends that are cokeheads, so I know a cokehead when I see them. And if that money's going on coke, it's wrong. It should be going on Isla. And everything that I need for my child comes from the government.
The problem is, though, Julie, it's speculation, isn't it? I was a drugs worker and I couldn't look at Darren or Casey and say that either one of them looked like anything that the people
I've got nothing to say about Casey at all.
I know, but you know,
she's not the full carer,
and she looks far from neglected. That little girl,
I've got the problem with, not Casey.
Yeah, but he looks far from neglected, doesn't she? She looks far from neglected.
No,
I mean, I don't agree. I don't agree with the little girl being on camera, but that's my opinion because I'm out of school. I was, I worked in safeguarding. Sorry.
You've got the same opinion as me that you shouldn't be on camera.
If you're going to raise awareness of a condition and it's the platform that you use, well, go for it.
Where have you learned anything about awareness from? Because it's not from Darren. When Darren first come on the app, I did used to follow him, and I read up on Isla's awareness on Google after Darren mentioned it. All right, so it did raise awareness, because then I went up and read up on it. But there's no life expectancy where Darren keeps saying she's got a year. He said that last year.
I just want to intervene.
There's actually no life expectancy.
I just want to intervene quickly. Someone's saying about, money for IVF. That is absolute false. No money has ever been used to fund IVF.
we can, you can speculate till the cows come home where you think it's gone. But like I said at the very beginning, don't give your money away then. There's worse people on this app that I could consider talking about for 3 hours like this morning. More than I could.
People are saying, how do I know? Right, people are saying, how do I know? Right, today, guys, I've been in direct communication with Katie and Darren on WhatsApp. I've seen God knows what. You wouldn't believe what I've seen. I've been speaking to them all day long since this morning. So I've got my information, guys. I've done my research and I've seen what I need to see. So that's why I can say that. But I can't actually show you actual evidence.
But shouldn't Darren come on then and explain to it, as everyone calls trolls, because we've got an opinion and we are going to have an opinion. If it's on the app, whether it's right or wrong, we're going to have an opinion. Especially we've got
the problem is don't know what
he could come on here and prove till he's blue in the face, and everybody would still have an opinion and backing off what he's proven. Well, where's the proof of this? Where's the proof of that? He'd still be called something for something else.
Yeah, and someone's just said, why should he? I mean, his main focus is his daughter, and why should he have to come on here and explain himself? It's
Yeah, but he lives his life on TikTok, so yeah, he should. Everyone's like having an opinion on him and everything that he's saying. But if he's going to live his life on TikTok, explain, and maybe we'll stop harassing him and stop having our opinions. Because my opinion could change if Darren tells us exactly what was going on. Some people won't believe him, some people are still giving hate.
Julie, you're not listening, right? Like Rossy's already said, okay? They are not in the position right now to come on TikTok and provide everything. There is stuff going on behind closed doors that needs to be addressed before they can do anything. But believe me, hand on my heart, I say, they are decent people, and Darren absolutely adores that little girl.
Can I just say one thing for a minute, please? I understand everyone's frustrated, however, little Jules was laid to rest today, and I think it's absolutely appalling the fact another family is getting slaughtered online when another family has had to put their daughter in heaven. I think it's totally appalling, absolutely vile in all people's parts. However, they've got to understand the impact that they've took by making their life public. However, all I would like to say is, yes, I get the frustration and I totally understand as I am a parent. However, I think we've got to think about other people's families right now and about poor Jules getting laid to rest. And that's all I've got to really say in the matter.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for that.
Sorry, I don't normally get involved in these things. I've never been in a box before. However, I totally understand people's frustration and I 100% get it. However, they're still lucky to have their daughter, even though it's a bit of a shit situation they're in. When you think about other people's families who have had to lay their daughter to rest, I think just now might not be the right time, place. However, that's just my opinion.
No worries, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Rossy, thank you for letting me in the box. I'm going to
no worries.
Now,
no worries,
I mean,
my main reason for coming on tonight is obviously I wouldn't even come on and even discuss any of this, but it was after that 3-hour live this morning that I just thought was absolutely disgusting. Gifts on for 3 hours while they sat there and slated everyone, and they wouldn't let certain creators up. I mean, No Face, No Case wanted a box, but they wouldn't let him up. It was only people. I'm surprised I managed to get in, to be fair, but it was only people that was on sort of like their narrative they let in, really.
Okay, well, thanks again, and lots of love to everyone. And Darren and Katie have got your back always. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to jump down too, and the fact, Darren and Katie all the way, I think 1000% they're a lovely family, so they've got my back.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you, bye.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, Rossy, I just wanted to say, I used to follow Darren, rather just hardest. I used to follow them. And, you know, I'm all up for raising awareness. That's what I do with my kids with their autism, I raise awareness. Absolutely, do it. You don't need to get gifted to do it for a start off. If people want to gift, that's up to them, that's fine. That's, you know, I never gifted them and I never would.
Yeah, I mean, there's different situations, isn't there? There's different situations. Yeah. He might have done it as a business thing as well. You know, if he's not working,
That's fair enough. But my opinion of them changed the moment that they went live when their daughter was in hospital. That is a no-no. If my children were in hospital, the last thing I would ever dream of doing is going on a TikTok live and not letting the staff do their job properly. So that's all I'm going to say. If they want to raise awareness, that's fine. If people want to gift them, that's fine. I don't give two shits about that. That's none of my business what they spend their money on. But the fact that you've got your child that is really, really poorly in a hospital bed and you're on live, I'm sorry, but that is like money over my walls in my eyes. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because, you know, I think people are just missing the whole concept of, yes, okay, people raise awareness for these illnesses that are rare because they do. Not many people know a lot about autism and you have to raise awareness, you do. And I get that, but there's ways and means of doing it. And, you know, if that's what they want to do, they want to come on live and get gifts, that's fine. But turn your phone off if your child's in hospital. And I unfollowed both of them that day because I lost. Sorry, my kids are still awake. I lost respect for them. As a parent, I lost respect for them that day. And I think that's the problem. People are losing respect for them because of how they're handling the situation. What they want to do in their private time, if they want to do, I mean, I don't even know if they want coke or whatever, they can do whatever they want to do. They're grown-ass adults, they can do what they want to do. But please, just, if your child's in hospital, please don't sit on a live stream. Because I know as a mother, that's not what I would do. My phone would be off. I wouldn't be contacting anybody until I knew that my children were okay.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, that's not being
I totally understand that point.
Well, I think that's what Darren needs to understand. People have lost respect for them in that aspect. I know a lot of people have lost a lot of respect for him in that aspect. But that's what I wanted to say. I'm not getting in any debates or anything. I just wanted to come on and say, as a mother, and like I used to follow them. I used to be in the live streams all the time. But yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming up.
No problems, darling. Thank you.
I didn't see that live. I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either. I just see the video that someone posted of it.
I just want to contribute something, and I get what Danny's saying. I really do. You know, about hospitals and stuff like that. But if you're in a hospital and your child again is in a bed and is being looked after by doctors and nurses, and you're there around the clock, 24/7, you know, you've got to do something to keep yourself occupied. And obviously, you know, if Darren is using this as some kind of, you know, to finance themselves while Isla is, you know, while Isla's not very well, then, you know, at the end of the day, he's come live. All right, he shouldn't have argued with, you know, doctors and nurses. I don't know what's been said. Some of the doctors come round, he should mute or pause, you know, so that they can have his full attention and stuff like that. But doctors and nurses will only come round a certain amount of days, a certain amount, you know, in a day, unless they're doing all the tests and stuff like that. And, you know.
I just want to read out a comment. Sunshine with no profile picture. Rossy clout chasing from that live today. I'm not clout chasing from any live. I've got an opinion. I've been following Darren and Katie, and I've spoke to them off the app in the past, and I'm good friends, and I've actually met Youngblood in real life, and that's how I got involved in the whole story in the first place. So I'm not clout chasing. It's something that, you know, I've been personally involved in, and this is my opinion. So I'm not clout chasing at all. I've got gifts off. I'm not even receiving gifts from this Sunshine. So if you're not interested, Sunshine, you know where to go. If anyone else wants to say anything or come up, then they're welcome to. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole hospital thing. Me personally, yeah, my own personal thing. If my child was ill in hospital, yeah, I might go on my phone. I might even, you know, for my own personal thing, might take pictures or video. But you know, I don't think I personally myself would go live. but that's just me. But everyone, like I say, everyone deals with things in different ways, and perhaps
everyone's different.
Yeah, and perhaps it was an error of judgment. Perhaps you know, people are following the story, and he probably thought people wanted an update, and sometimes you get lost in it all. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone copes with things different. Everyone does things different. Everyone is different. And what's funny, I'm looking at the comments, yeah, and there's trolls in here that have this as a full-time job. They just troll as a full-time job. I've seen these names before.
Yeah, I've just asked one of them to come in the box.
They never do, though, do they? Bless them.
No, of course she wouldn't, or he. The real think about that's a full-time profession.
Yeah, it is.
You've asked her to come in the box or him.
And they go live for sympathy gifts and stuff.
But she doesn't want validation. She doesn't want to be bullied by me. Pity you never thought of that when you were bullying me and Brandon's mum then and making vile videos. But there's just an example. And we don't exploit our children because our children are dead. But other people choose to do that on our behalf. So unless you've buried a child or you've got a seriously ill child, you can have all the opinions in the world. You can say whatever you like. But until you're in that situation, nobody, and I mean nobody, would know how you would react. My child was killed by the Royal Liverpool Hospital. She was neglected. Within 10 hours, my child was dead because he treated her for being drunk. And the amount of people who think they know more than I know. I've never used her for gifts, Rossy. And whatever Dad and Casey do, that's their decision. And like I've said before, it's like watching the television. If you don't like what you're seeing, scroll on. Don't get involved. Your opinion doesn't matter to them. They don't care, I suppose, because they're in the midst of worrying about what the next step is with a very ill child. And that's the difficulty they face, isn't it, daily? None of us are facing that at the moment.
Well, there's a big piece coming out on the NHS soon, and quite a few hospitals that I know somebody who is doing at the moment. And like your story, Lyle, there's a lot. And if you've watched and followed closely to the Lucy Letby.
That boy's been on my live, to be honest with you.
Who, Lucy Letby?
The guy who's doing a lot of stuff about it at the moment.
Yeah, well, I've fed him quite a bit of information because there's a Thirlwall inquiry that has taken place, and baby C, who was born and passed within 6 days, was born 10 weeks early with a lot of health complications. They fed the baby C milk at 4 days, and the baby deteriorated from there, and Lucy wasn't even on shift for any of those 6 days, and she's been tried for it. And there's the main witness on the case now has changed his since reading all the evidence and the paperwork within the inquiry and handing it all over. He doesn't now believe that 3 of the babies have passed through either insulin or the air, the air tube and stuff like that. So there's a lot going on.
The thing is, as well, I know from my own experience that the day my daughter died, the consultant that was involved, she decided not to put a name to any of the reports, but she put the triage nurse's name because they have to use a patsy all the time. The big noises can't get themselves out there. And the thing with any NHS hospital, it's all about the reputation. And as long as you keep on challenging them and you keep on taking
ambulance.
That's my granddaughter, her daughter.
She went
Yeah, right, guys.
She sorted herself out. She became a chef. She got a job when she came out, and she was always sorry.
Ruined her life.
So don't think you know
Guys,
it all.
ignore the comment. We're going off on
Don't think you know it all over the internet.
Yeah, we're going off to a different subject now.
Sorry, Rossy.
Can I just say something?
Got me on like that. The girl wasn't innocent at all. She used to strip for men.
You're right, Jules.
Hiya, everyone. I don't normally come on things like this, but I have spoke to Lol quite a few times in the past a bit about what Lol's gone through. And I, like Lol, I had to bury my son. My son was killed
Another lady, yeah.
by a car. And when your child is in hospital fighting for their life or whatever, you don't know what. You're not even there. Sometimes you're there, but you're not, if you get me. So your mind just does things randomly and what have you, and you're not thinking straight. You're just thinking about, one, why is my child here? What's going to happen to them? Are they going to survive? Blah, 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 blah. You go through every emotion possible. But like Lol's just said, right, when your child's in a hospital because they've collapsed in the street or they've been hit by a car or whatever, right, those hospitals hide a lot from you. They will not let you take photographs. They will not let you video your child and whatever because they don't want you getting any evidence of things that are... My son had a big urine bag. Right? He had a catheter.
Right, sorry guys, Jules, I don't want to be rude, but...
No, I'm getting to it, honestly, right? But anyway, cut that out, right? But like Lowell said, they hide things and what have you. My opinion on the Hardys, right? I don't watch them. I've seen a few bits, but I don't watch them. I've got opinions about it, but I keep them to myself because I am not there. I don't see what goes on behind closed doors, and everyone else... If you don't like what whatever, why they're doing it or whatever they're doing, don't give them your money. Simple as that, and scroll on past it. I hate social media for that reason because everyone's too quick to come on and go, oh, the this, the that, whatever. You don't know, you're not there. But simple thing is, don't give them your money and scroll on past if you don't like what they're doing. That's up to them. It's their life, their child. Right or wrong, it's their child, and it's up for them as a family to go through what they're going through without anyone else jumping on board and judging them. Whether they're right or wrong, leave them be. Let them do what they're doing. The truth will come out, whether there is any truth. I don't know. I don't watch them. But some people are saying, oh, they're on coke on live, they're this, that, and the other. Wait, have you got proof of that? Apart from watching a video? Because I tell you what, I take medication, and if you saw me, you'd most probably think I was a cokehead. Simple as, but I'm not, by the way. So I just think it's wrong the way on social media people are too quick to judge. Leave them be. If you don't like them, don't watch them and don't give to them. Simple as that, but leave them alone. They're going through hell no matter what.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to wrap this up, guys, because I'm not going to go on for 3 hours like the other live did. But if anyone else wants to request a box and come up and have their say on Just the Hardys, you're more than welcome. So just request a box. If you know, you're entitled to your opinion. So you know whether you're for them or against them, you're welcome to come in and have your say. Before we'll wrap this up, guys.
Is it Katie White? I'm not a Scouser. So we're
People
not.
keep requesting the box, and then when I accept them, they disappear.
Yeah. She just said all Scousers. I am not a Scouser.
Right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Unless you're requesting. I don't know why I keep getting people requesting a box and then they cancel.
But anyway, Rossy, I'm going to jump down. But
yeah, no worries. Thank you for coming up.
Nice to see you and nice to speak to you again.
Yeah, and you.
I just think that, you know, hopefully, you know, in the near future that they'll be able to put stuff out there and be able to, like, tell their part of it, their side of the story, and stop the speculation.
Yeah, 100%.
But I don't think that he should stop coming on off the app. Stop going onto the app. I think that promote it even more, what's going on and stuff like that. So just to get up the haters' noses.
Yeah.
Take care, and anyway.
Yeah, take care. Thank you for coming in. Right, guys, boxes are open. I'm going to wrap this up in 10 minutes if you want to come in. I don't know if the multi-guest is playing up, but I keep accepting people, but then it says multi-guest user does not exist, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. Daz. Come on in, Daz.
I thought I'd just jump up and test whether it was working or not.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I've had like 6 people request the box. Every time I click accept, it says multi-guest users not available.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't understand.
No, I thought I'd just test it, see if it was working. Oh, by the way, I've not got box controls.
Oh, right, let me do that. That would have helped me out, actually. This was a new account.
I know.
I'll have to sort that out afterwards.
All right, mate.
Rossy, what's your opinion? I've had my opinion. I said it at the beginning. That's all I can say to you guys is, if you've seen everything I've seen today, you'll be very shocked. You'll be very shocked at where Isla is at the minute. Right. No, every time I accept people, they just disappear. Rossy, there's a couple of people that I know of here that has donated to them. Can they not come? Tom Baines, Darren shouldn't have shared confidential court documents with you. Isla's private. Who said that? Tom Baines, you've done this to Youngblood. You come in here, spouting out all the shit. Tom, who has said he's shared private court documents with me? No one has said that, have they? Once again, that's you just trying to cause trouble. Not once have I said I've been shared private court documentation. I just said if you'd seen some of the stuff I've seen, you'd be shocked. I didn't say anything about court documents, did I? That Tom Baines is the one that went into Youngblood's live and was, putting videos up with Youngblood, trying to bring him down. And Youngblood was actually in tears that night on his live. This is the sort of people that say they're helping people on this app by spreading awareness on people manipulating and stuff like that. But then they're going around making people fucking cry. Right. Yeah, look, someone's coming in the box now. I think TikTok's playing up tonight. Hello there. Hello. Did you want to say anything, or are you just clout chasing? I don't think she knows she's in. Right, Chelsea.
Hi, I didn't even mean to come in the box. I must have pressed it by an accident.
Oh, okay, no worries.
But then, what I think about this as well is, you need to all stop. Like, literally, he's sitting there with a sick daughter there, and then you're all in boxes chatting about his life. Like, you need to go and have your own life and look at your own.
Excuse me, Chelsea. This is my platform.
No, you really do that. Like the thing I've just seen on here. I don't come on TikTok much, but wow, it's like, what are you trying to do?
Excuse me, Chelsea. I've been given permission. I'm not chatting about his life. Permission. I'm not chatting about his life.
already, but I don't watch them because I don't like them. So just scroll on, just block, remove, just don't. Do you know what I mean? Well, why have you got to troll people? I don't agree with it at all. I just wanted to say, it's just, you've got your opinions of people, And Jules, I just wanted to say, I'm so sorry that happened to your daughter. I really am sorry. No parent should have to go through what you've gone through. But yeah, just be kinder to everyone. Just be kinder.
Yeah, it was fun. But I agree with you. I mean, do you know what? They're meant to be adults on here, and if you don't like something, just scroll past it.
And you know what? It's an app. It's an app. You can switch this app off, and it's done.
Half of these trolls on here have never even had to sit in a hospital with a sick child or whatever. They just, if they get a laugh out of it, they get a laugh out of trolling, and it's absolutely insane.
See, with me. Okay, let me try and twist this round then. So obviously, when your daughter was in hospital, would you have even dreamt of coming on live?
No, it was my son. No,
your son. Sorry, darling, your son.
I mean, I had to sit at my son's bedside for 7 weeks. Hoping he would. I never saw my son with his eyes open again. And I sat there for 7 weeks, and the last thing on my mind was picking my phone up. So no, I don't.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't come on here and judge someone if they did. If they think, if that makes them, if it gives them whatever, I don't know. I don't know why he does it or whatever. I don't agree with it. But it's not for me to get on it, or whatever. I just scroll past it. I don't watch them. I've got my
exactly that. Exactly. Well, like I said, I used to follow them, and as soon as I saw him going live when he was in hospital, I just unfollowed and I'll move on. But yeah, I just wanted to say, be kinder in 2025. That's all I wanted to say.
That's impossible on TikTok.
I know.
Katie, did you want to say anything?
Oh yeah.
Helen? I think some people don't realise they're in the box.
Yeah, I just want to know, I want to speak to the people in the comments who are asking about the money that people have donated, or somebody kept repeatedly saying, I donated to the GoFundMe, but I didn't do it for them to go on a childless holiday. So you know what? Every month, I donate to a children's charity and a domestic violence charity. Do you know what? I don't ring them up every month and ask them what they've done with my money. If you've read that personal story of why that GoFundMe is being set up, or you're following the Hardys and that little girl's journey, and you decide that you want to donate to them or give to them, then that is your decision to do. That's where it ends. What they do with that money, you can't question, because you've committed to give it to them. And I don't get why they need to come on here and prove what they have spent all that money on. Listen, you all know what's going on with that little girl, and then there's some of you on there saying, why has she been taken? Why do you need to know? Why is that any of your business? You know she's poorly, you know they're all going through a hard time, so just leave it out. And I just don't get why we all need to know the ins and outs of everything. Like, you've been told everything will be answered eventually. There's a case going on behind the scenes, hence why evidence can't be shown. Okay, and also going back to the child being filmed in hospital, or whatever happened there. That little girl has been a part and is a part of many people on this app, on social media, and no doubt across Liverpool, where they're from, across the whole country, and people want to know what's going on and stuff. Maybe Darren thought that him being at that hospital and showing her on live or whatever he was doing, that was the easy way, instead of him having to talk and keep repeating himself. Don't dig him out for something that he's done. Just, guys, come on, be kind. They are going to, eventually, this is going to be devastating for every single one of them. And whoever set up that live this morning, you're sick. You are sick. And I pray that you never, ever have to do this with your child, ever.
Well said, Katie.
Well said.
I don't often chip in these things, and I was going to keep very, very quiet, but because I followed the Hardys at first, and I listened, but I actually watched that live when he was in the hospital, and like other people, my opinion of him changed then. I've been in a hospital with my nephew dying. My nephew died of meningitis when he was 6 months old. The last thing on my mind was social media. The last thing on my mind was sharing that moment with anybody.
But can I interrupt?
There are
really rude. Sorry to interrupt, but like Katie said, the whole world has been following Isla. So at that
no. Hang on. Let me finish what I was saying, please. Yeah.
You might be getting to that.
Okay. People deal with grief in different ways.
Yep.
And I understand that. And I don't put anyone down for dealing with grief in however they see fit to deal with it. But the last thing on my mind when my nephew was dying was sharing that with anybody. Now, there are reasons in hospitals why they say, please turn your mobile phone off, please don't live stream this. Isla was hooked up to a lot of monitoring equipment at that point in time. Now, my mother was an ICU nurse for many years, and I had discussions with her saying, why can't you use a phone in a hospital? Because it interferes with that equipment. And Darren stood there and argued the toss with the medical staff who were saying, please come off your live, you're not allowed to film in here. And there's very good reasons for it. And he then escalated that to management. So let's get the facts straight, yeah? This was a situation where Isla was in danger. He was asked not to use his mobile phone because that could have endangered her further. And he argued with medical professionals about wanting to live stream. So that's where my opinion changed, because I thought, no, you're arguing with medical professionals to stay on live. And there's very good reasons why you shouldn't have been on live, because it can interfere with the equipment she was hooked up to. And I don't want to get into the finances. I don't want to get into the money side of it, because I have my own thoughts and opinions and feelings on that. That's not something I'm going to share on live. But at that moment in that live stream, my brain was going, why the hell are you filming this? Why the hell are you filming her wired up to all these monitoring machines? Why are you arguing with medical staff? And for me, that's when my opinion changed. This wasn't about Isla. This was about live streaming and followings and all the rest of it. And that changed my outlook on the whole story, and I feel desperately for that child. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But he has made a bit of a rod for his own back. And that's all I'm going to enter into onto it.
Sorry, can I just say one thing? Because I need to go really quick, okay? You're all sat there discussing a child who you firstly don't know, okay? You haven't got permission from her mum, who she's actually living with now, regardless of what evidence you've seen. Obviously, people don't have concerns for Isla to live with their mum.
Listen, I'm not discussing no child. I'm discussing about people have said about Darren and Katie.
Okay, well, people have like a mum said.
So I'm trying to have Darren and Katie's. I'm trying to have Darren and Katie's back. I'm not discussing no child.
Oh yeah, more fool you than love. More fool you. That's all I'm going to say.
I was having Darren and Katie's back, so no, not more fool me at all. Not more fool me at all. I was having Darren and Katie's back.
I hope mum sat here recording this now.
Okay.
Because I know it's in court.
and it's a legal matter now. So you carry on chatting all your shit, okay? But her mum's asked not for you to speak about it online. You don't even know her daughter. You're all sat there having an opinion on it. You don't
everyone's entitled to their opinion.
I never mentioned her name.
Hang on a minute.
You just did.
You're the person.
But hang on, since she's gone to live with her mum has said, please don't speak about my child online. And I'm sure something was mentioned in law about that as well, which I'm not going to repeat. But
so I agree with you. If that was said, Queen Bee, then I admit all of you need to take it down. I was coming into this live in the first place to say all of you need to stop in the first place and bringing it. The live that was discussed this morning was disgusting, and this live shouldn't be. There's a child that is in a very bad situation and no one should be discussing it. It's nothing to do with me, you, anybody. All of it, everything needs to be taken down.
Actually, it is because her mum's my friends. So, at the end of the day, I know her personally.
All of it needs to be taken down.
Absolutely. Hang on. Firstly,
this is about the live. This is about the live this morning where everyone was slating Darren. Nothing to do with Isla. It's about Darren.
No, but Isla's being brought into it. It's the main core of the situation, which Queen Bee is saying. She was asked not to be spoken about, but regardless of what everyone says, Isla is the core situation. It needs to be taken down. It's wrong in every level.
If she was an evil mother, she wouldn't be living with her now, would she? If she was such an evil mother, she wouldn't. You've all been deluded into believing this woman didn't even have contact.
Hang on.
In respect to videoing in a hospital, it is not.
Hang on a minute. Can Des speak?
There's a certain irony to this, in that everyone's going, you have no right to speak on this, you have no right to form an opinion. Yet, yet it has been put out on TikTok for years, for people to form an opinion on, and yet when someone forms an opinion that somebody doesn't agree with, everybody should shut up.
But I get that, but what people are saying is it's not okay to be speaking upon a child that cannot speak upon herself, and the mum can't speak. We're just going on certain people. I have got my own opinions. I have a very sick child myself. I live in Alder Hay Hospital all the time. I am saying I have my own opinion. But I agree. I came on this here before. I don't speak on anything, but I agree with Queen Bee that we all need to. The live that happened this morning and this live right now all needs to be taken down. It's nothing to do with any of us, whether it's being put out on social media or not. And yet we've all got our own opinions, but keep your opinions to ourselves. We in a world that needs to be kind. Just stop.
Did Queen Bee go in the live this morning? Did you go?
I don't know, and I really don't. Sorry, I wasn't on TikTok this morning. To be fair with you, I'm not normally on TikTok anymore. I don't want any. Please don't send me any. You're going to send anything? Send it to Walter today. Please don't send me anything.
Well, that's what.
I wasn't on the live this morning, but yeah, I get that. But you've used an image of Isla before, and I asked you, can you take that down? Do you mean because my mum's asked? Sorry, what Rossy?
I didn't even know that when I came into this live. I didn't know that because I wouldn't have even joined you.
I'm a little bit autistic, so you're just going to.
I think it's all.
Right, if you're just going to keep listen now. If you're just going to keep talking over me, this is my live. This is my platform. If you're just going to keep talking over me, I shall end the live because there is no point. I've let you in the box to have your say, but if you're going to keep talking over me, there is no point. Do you understand? Right.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to anyone that's over talking me.
My child's autistic. I'm so sorry. I can't. He's shouting that he's not talking over. Yeah.
Well, every time I speak, someone is talking over me, and I've had this multiple times.
Oh, right, okay. I'm going anyway because at the end of the day, I've said what I've needed to say.
You said it to me in messages. Oh well, was he screaming at women? I'm not screaming at women, but am I not meant to get my I'm not to get a word in? See, Daz has had this in the past. Shouting at women. People are shouting and talking over me. But that's okay, is it?
I'm not shouting at all. I'm just really annoyed that people are not
seeing the
grass is green. At the end of the day,
right? And I just want to say one more thing, and then I'm gone, right? If Isla's mum was such a bad mum, like all you were saying in the comments, why is she being awarded custody of her daughter? You're supposed to lose it if you think otherwise.
At the end of the day, I've been speaking to Katie and Darren today. I've had permission. I've had permission. So that's the end of the story.
Okay, I hope Isla's mum's recording this.
Well, she can
so
record
you've got permission to talk about Isla. I hope she is.
Well, if I'm talking about a girl called Isla, it could be any girl in the world called Isla.
Well, no, you put her image up though, didn't you? You put her image up, and I asked you to take it down.
Yeah, no, I permission. And if you notice that image is now gone. Now the live has started.
It was still done. So I hope to God their mum had screenshot it, and it'll be dealt with.
Yeah, no worries, Queen Bee.
Thank you. See you later.
Everything's going to come out in the wash, so good on you.
Yeah, the money won't though, Hula. Do you know what I mean? That's well gone up the noses. See you later.
See you later, Queen Bee. I was warned about Queen Bee before I come live. That's why I let her in.
Sorry, Rossy. Can I just say to Daz? I totally agree with what Daz has said. Let me get that out first of all. But in respect to using a phone in hospital, it's not because of the machinery, because my son was in intensive care. He was hooked up to everything to try and keep him alive, to try and save his life. And we were allowed to use our phones. We could play music to him off our phones, we could do anything. We just weren't allowed to take photos of him or video him. That's the only reason they ask you to take the phone off if you're trying to take photos or video the person in the bed. But you can use your phones. It doesn't interfere with the machine.
Right, I've actually spoken personally with a consultant, yeah, and I was talking to him in a hospital and his phone off. I said, "How come you can use your phone?" He said, "Because I know where I can use it," and that is why they generally have. That's why they generally have a blanket ban on people using phones, because you don't know what is in the next room to you. Now, if they deem in an ICU unit that you can use a phone, that is down to medical professionals to decide, not for a dad to decide when he's in a room with his daughter wired up to a load of monitoring equipment.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I totally agree with you on the actual use of the phone. But we was in Walton in intensive care, and even two of us at the same time, we could have our phones on, play music to him, or talking to other family members at home. We were not allowed to take a photograph of him, and we weren't allowed to take any videos. That's why sometimes when I see on, say, the news on telly, and I see someone's got a photograph of their loved one in a hospital bed, I think, how did they get that photo with the hospital? Because they don't like it to take photographs.
No, they don't, and that will have been a sneakily taken photo that's got sneaked out. They don't like it because they're then open to a lot of scrutiny, and if a tube's in the wrong position or a monitoring pad is in the wrong position, they're then banged to rights, and that's why they don't like it.
It is to stop you getting. I get it, but I also agree with you on. When my son was in hospital, that was the last thing on my mind. But so you did have our phone, right?
Hang on a second. Someone just said hospitals have Wi-Fi, for fuck's sake, yeah? There is a big difference between a Wi-Fi signal and a mobile phone hooking up to a tower signal. Yeah? They're very, very different types of signals, have very, very different powers, and you clearly don't know a lot about IT if you think they're the same.
Well,
anyway, there are areas of a hospital where you absolutely could kill someone with a mobile phone.
Go on, Leanne.
So you said before that Katie and Darren said that it was okay for you to do this live.
Sorry, what's that? I couldn't hear that.
So before you said that Katie and Darren said it was okay for you to do this live. That's what you said to Queen Bee before, is that correct?
Yeah.
That is correct, yeah.
That is correct, yeah.
So I feel like this live's against them rather than for them. So I don't understand why.
No, because my platform, and many people know my platform, I'm not just going to get people up here defending them. My platform, you can have your opinion, you can have your say. I want to hear people's perspective. You know, so that's what my platform is about.
No,
you know,
I get it. I was just like misunderstood what you said before. That's all. I just needed to clear that up.
Whether my opinion is in favour of them, people are still entitled to their opinions. So that's what I'm saying. That's what my platform has always been about. I'm not going to, you know.
No, and I get that. I totally get that. Everyone is allowed their opinion. What I don't get is I think that the live this morning and this live tonight, I am totally with everyone is allowed their opinion, but I think that it needs to be just all taken down. Like, leave them all to deal with what they need to deal with. And yeah, I get it's been brought to TikTok. 100% it's been brought to TikTok, so everyone feels like they're involved. 100% I get that. But there's got to be a point where everyone has got to sit down and think, right, enough's enough. Like, you know, I think that, like, both sides, Ella's mum and Darren are going through enough, regardless of what Darren's done, Katie's done.
Yeah, well, after the 3 hour live this morning, after the 3 hour live this morning, you know, people that, you know, were supporting Just the Harveys weren't allowed to really have their say. So that's why I've done this live tonight. Anyone that wanted to defend them.
No, I get it. I feel like with it, I have a sick child. My child was never meant to make it past a year old. He's got Jen's syndrome. And he's got a dwarfism of the ribcage, which is slowly suffocating him. He's going to go blind. He's going to have liver failure, kidney failure, everything. But I feel like when you are in that moment, we don't need it. I've not brought my son's condition to TikTok, which I never would. But never exploit him over social media. And I'm not getting at Katie and Darren when I say this at all. We're each to their own. But I think enough's enough. Just allow them to sort it out between themselves. We've all had our opinion, and let's just let them be. I feel sad for both sides.
You know what, Leanne? Can I just say something? I'm so sorry about your child. It's horrible for what you're going through as well. And respectfully, I get that you're saying about the lives need to be taken down. However, there was a hate live run. I think you said, were you in it this morning?
I did.
Rossy, you were.
Yeah, I was in a box in it this morning.
So, obviously, Rossy has done this tonight. It's not against Darren and Katie at all. And people on social media, obviously, they all have opinions. And, you know, with regards to this, the mobile phone thing, what he done, has anybody spoke to Darren directly about this? Has Darren been given a chance to answer what people are saying about him? Do you know what I mean? It's regularly on TikTok there's things being said that they're scamming and they're taking money from the child. I mean, has anybody got any proof?
I ask if anyone got
people are asking for proof from them.
Any proof that they have done all this just because he bought her a ring? He went on holiday. Do you know, Claire House takes to me all the time, will have your son and will you go on holiday? That doesn't mean I've scammed TikTok and they pay for my holiday. Claire House go on holiday.
Yeah. Exactly. No, and I agree, but I think it's never ever going to be shut down. No one is ever going to stop.
Be shut down on social media by all us as grown adults and let them deal with it themselves. We've all had our opinion now. I get that Darren and Casey brought it to TikTok. I get it, but it all needs to be shut down by us grown adults and just let them argue it out between themselves if that's what they need to do. We've all had our opinion. Let that child be at peace.
I totally agree with you, Leanne.
And that goes for the people in the comments, you know, you ones in the comments that are making these accusations towards them. Leave them alone. Leave the mum alone. Leave dad alone.
We all make mistakes. We all do things that are wrong. We all say things that are wrong. We all say things that are wrong. We all say things that are
Rossy, you did say that.
That's why I've done this live tonight. I contacted them, and you know, I wouldn't have even normally done a live on this. I've had my opinions in the past and seen this, but I personally don't like to do lives anything about that's got anything to do with children. I've always said that. But after that live this morning, I thought it's that disgusting that
It was disgusting, and I agree with you, Rossy. I think it was so disgusting knowing that there's a very sick child, and regardless of both sides have done wrong. Both sides have done wrong, regardless of what anyone thinks. No one's in that family. But they've just put. We just see what's on social media. Do you know what everyone always says? We paint a picture, don't we? We don't show the bad side, and we don't. Just let it be. Let them be a family and sort it between themselves. Let's all close the cases down now and just be. Let's move on. Let them just. It just doesn't need to go on. There's a child suffering at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said this morning, because obviously, Darren, what he must be going through. I mean, he's brought that child up for the last 8 years, and then people are on live slating him. You can't do wrong for right on this app, and that's the thing.
It's become toxic. It's become one of the top. When I first joined here, I thought it was amazing. I come off Facebook, I come off everything. I didn't have any of them because I thought this was the app to have, and now it's the one that I want to delete out of all of them. It's disgusting.
And after my experience on this app personally, there's no one on this earth I'd ever want my children to have this app on their phones.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you 100%, Rossy.
Right, guys, I'm going to start winding this down. If anyone else has got anything to say, then they can, and then I'm going to...
I'm done. I just want everyone to understand we've all had our opinion. We all say things that... we all do and say things that... I can't explain it in the words that I want to. I've got a very sick child. I just want them to be left alone, regardless of what Gavin and Casey have done, regardless of what the mum's done, because she's not innocent either.
Hang on a minute. I just put in the comment, Team Girl, Darren texting you to end the live. No one's texting me to end the live.
There you go. There's another toxic fucking trait from fucking TikTok.
See, people come up with their own conclusions all the time, don't they?
Exactly.
Right, I'm gonna go. How do I drop out the box?
I think Rossy has to drop us all.
Can you drop me, Rossy, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop. I just want to leave Daz at the end because I'm gonna have a little catch up.
Can you drop me as well, please, Rossy?
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. And like I say, my opinion, you don't have to agree with it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.